Now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friends, I'll say it clear. I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. The train's a fucking asshole. I think we can all agree on that. Hey, what do we got here? Cesaro's in Soldier. Dusk Crotix, FBI agent. Lord Stephen Jones is here. Mr. Smithers. Willie plays Wolverine. Mr. Badlands. Mysterious Gamer. Lifers in. Niall Brooks. Callum. Misha. Trevor. Red Wolf. Full on. Shug. Medic. Hey, good to see you again, my friend. Hunter's here. Lix is back in. Cade's here. Tiamat. Andrew Wilson. Apple. Yeah, we're good to go. Wow, old Susan decided to grace us with a couple of notifications. It's Free for All Friday, which means the sticky stuff is bubbling and percolating and just delightful today. Mr. Smithers stepped on a thumbtack. I hate when that happens. I don't know if it's any worse than Legos, but that used to be one of, for some reason, of all the stupid shit I did wrestling and all the violent stuff I would do, I always hated the thumbtacks. We'd throw a bunch of thumbtacks down and get back dropped into them or something like that, or body slammed on them. Didn't really even didn't hurt all that bad. Felt like you'd hit the mat and it felt like you were getting the little finger prick blood drawn about 100 times at the same time, but it wasn't horrible pain. I think it was just the idea of them. I don't know. It was just the concept of what you're going to do. Brian says, I signed in here. You fucking asshole. I could leave, Chris. Yeah, that's probably not the best terminology to be using as everybody's coming in, huh? Everybody's just like, what? Well, fuck you too, fat boy. Cade says, wish I could stay but at football practice in a few minutes. Oh, well, thanks for stopping by, Cade. Oh, good old days playing football. Nice. Wolverine says, look for next post. Alrighty. Hold on a second here. Oh, yeah, okay. Where are we? Tiamat, Dragon Sphere says, friendly reminder that this is Dragon Sphere. Oh, it can be hard to remember since the name is so drastically different. Hunter says, my friend yesterday hit me in my privates with a bat. That's a hell of a friend. You may need to start rethinking your categorization of friends. That doesn't just seem like a friendly maneuver. Who says if you're not an asshole, you ain't allowed on this channel? Mysterious Gamer says, how was everyone's summer? Tell me slowly. Oh, mine was good. Lots of porn. Pretty much sums it up. Brother E says that friend should be promoted to best friend. Yeah, I mean, a friend's always got your back, but I never really heard a friend always will crush your nuts. But hey, whatever works. It has been humid. We didn't up here in upstate New York, Lude. We didn't get it too bad this year. We had a couple of stretches with some real heat and humidity. I guess we had probably what you call an average summer here. Dragon Sphere says, so how are you, Curtis? I saw Spaz Kid drunk in the strip club 2 days ago. Yeah, poor Spaz Kid. I feel bad for him. They're just, again, the college life, obviously, this year is not what you would hope it would be. It's just kind of boring. And I feel bad for all the college kids. Excuse me. Downward says, my nephew just asked if he could have apple pie. And I said he had to have real food before junk food. He said that apple pie is real food and junk food at the same time because apples are real food. He's got a point, Downward. I would say your nephew wins and you need to give him apple pie. That, if I'm the judge, that's the verdict. He made a solid case. We always are told, apples are so good for you. Apple a day keeps the doctor away, all that happy horse shit. Boy's got a point. And as long as we're dishing it out, slap some vanilla ice cream on top of one of those slices and send it over. Oh wait, next post details about yesterday's date. Hold on, I forgot I was supposed to be. Sometimes I get confused with the look for next posts. I get chatting and forget about them. Morgan can't make it. She says hi, but can I get extra sticky stuff for her? Of course, I told you. All you guys should be wearing sticky stuff fanny packs. So at the end, you just put a little extra. Everybody puts a little extra sticky stuff in the fanny pack for Morgan, and Morgan's all set. That's how we do it as a creepy community. Next post details about yesterday's date. Barry says, "Okay, I'll try to remember again to watch our next post." It's Daryl Wainwright on my second channel. Oh, okay, that urban legend, Daryl Wainwright. Oh, okay, Daryl. Good to see you back with us all the time. And you just go back. Oh no, I already did Wolverine. I'll always eventually remember. It just I get chatting, and sometimes I forget the ones I'm tracking down. Sajil says, excessive use of porn can turn you into Smeagol. Barry says he's talking about his date. So I think it went all right. We clicked, got food, and just hung out. We're definitely going to hang out again. Cool. Disclaimer: I did get a BJ. Would have smashed, but no condom, no smash. Those are the rules. Yeah, I'm with that rule. A first date that results in the next 18 years of responsibility is sometimes not always the best way to end the first date. Chrome says simp. Now I'm gonna try this, my friend. Fadili, is it pronounced as it looks? Fadili. Greetings from Morocco. Wow, we don't get a lot of people identifying from Morocco in here. That's cool. It's Rebecca Black Day. Oh, Nikki, what? Oh, let's not even. Although, God damn it, what's the name of that other song we determined was worse than Rebecca Black's Friday? You guys, Wolverine will remember. He always talks about it. Shit, I can't remember the name of it because you guys, we did that at one point. You guys were showing me songs that you thought were worse than Rebecca Black's Friday, and that was the only one I could say for me definitively was even worse. I can't remember what the name of that was. Lit Right Now. Yes, thanks guys. Lit Right Now. Yeah. Yep, Big Green had it, Wolverine had it. Yeah, that Lit Right Now, that was worse than Rebecca Black's Friday. If you haven't seen that, you need to, just for the horrific nature of it. Just to see what truly bad is. Mr. Badland says, pizza is real food. Well, you're going to be preaching to the choir here. I can already tell you I'm going to agree with everything you say. Pizza is real food. It has cheese, calcium, meat, protein, and tomatoes, vitamin C. Just ignore the 10 pounds of grease that smother all those benefits. Correct. But other than that, we should eat pizza every day. I almost do. Said, oh, and again, you guys know we got a Disney trip coming to the end of the month. And that means I'm going to be eating the best pizza in the world ever. I showed you guys that I don't know how well it'll show on my phone. And again, when I'm live streaming right through YouTube's own service here, I can't put screen in screen or picture in picture. Well, let me see if I can find the picture I'm looking for about the pizza I'm talking about. I'm keeping an eye on half an eye on the chat here. Oh, I might not even have it on my phone anymore. Does it go back that far? That's quite a while ago. Let's see. I remember what trip that was. I may not have it on here. Shoot, I wanted to show you that. Oh, wait, maybe this. Nope, that's not that. Yeah, that was that trip. Okay. I'm going to find it. It's my favorite. It's absolutely my favorite, Colton. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, I talk about it a lot. It's in Epcot in the Italy section via, I always forget the name of the place, but if you go into the Italy section in Epcot, you just walk straight to the back and right in the door. Here we go. Okay, I found it. Where's the, now, I have several witnesses. I'm not lying to you or exaggerating when I say this is the pizza they make there. That's not too bad. You can see it. If I get back a little bit. Now that's the pizza. Give you an idea of the size of it. I ate that whole motherfucker as I sat there for lunch. Didn't bring any home. Didn't take a break. I ate that entire freaking pizza. And, it is beautiful, Hunter. And did not get sick at all. I was very proud of myself. Where's that pineapple? Get out of here, Ocho. Chrome says no one is surprised. Hey, that was an accomplishment. Thank you, Lex. She says, "Attaboy, Curtis, you make Fat Man proud." That was a serious accomplishment. That's a big ass pizza. Oh my god, it's so goddamn good. Oh, I don't think anybody's gonna have trouble believing that. I get questioned on it all the time, Big Green, because it's one of my great accomplishments of life, and I'll talk about it. And people are like, "Well, did you bring some with you? Did you get it? Did you take some to go, or what?" It's like, no, I sat right there and ate the whole thing. Stop it, Spheres. Pineapple is best on pizza. Oh, god damn. Pineapple's gross anyway, and you put it on pizza, it's twice. Shut up, Train. Um, it's twice as bad. I don't care what my wife says. Who'd also not surprised. Kind of wish you could stream yourself eating one of those. I could do if you guys want. I could. I'm sure my wife wouldn't mind. Well, she never minds stuff to do with the channel. I could stream stuff here or there while we're down at Disney. I can stream off my phone. That I don't like using their Wi-Fi, but I'm thinking back, and our my data signal is pretty strong down there, and I think where that pizza place is, there's no reason to believe I wouldn't have a strong signal in there. I will tell you guys though, only because I've been training again, I've been working out and eating right, I wouldn't be able to down a whole one. I hate to disappoint you, but I know I can't. It's amazing when because that's how I control my eating when I'm losing weight or just trying to stay in shape is with portion control. I still eat a variety of foods, but in proper proportions, so my stomach just won't do it like it used to. Downward says last post, please. Okay, hold on. Let me scroll back up. Oh wait, did I miss a four? Oh no, I got everything. Yeah, I got everybody's backwards and forwards post here. All right, hold on, guys. I'm looking for downward now. Oh, last time I was at Disneyland, I was 5, and while I was in the hotel pool, I noticed one kid get out and literally have a turd fall off his shorts. And and I think the water was a bit salty. Oh, nice. That's a class move right there. T-shirts that say "F off" or "Shut up, train, please." Eventually, Brian. I've been planning for ages. I've actually got a list of T-shirts, T-shirt designs. I've just got to get time to do them. And I'm thinking about. See, my wife can actually. Her and her friend do a lot of crafts, and they've got one of these T-shirt presses now. So we can actually make our own, and it's the same press that they use in the big companies. So all I'd have to do is commission artwork for the ones I want and for the designs I want, and we could make our own. So I'm debating when I do it if I'm going to go through, TeePublic or something like that, or just turn it over to my wife and let her handle the T-shirts. Passing a kidney stone is greater than pineapple on pizza. Yeah, agreed, Sajil. An impacted wisdom tooth is greater than pineapple on pizza. Yeah, I agree. Gimster, all these squares make a circle. 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 Popo is got to be one of the all-time great, if slightly understated, creepy characters. Because he's not as overtly creepy as many other characters in anime, but he's a big ass bunch of yikes. No, Popo, no. Right. Next Horizon Zero Dawn stream. I don't know exactly when, Ocho. It'll be during the month. BTG sponsors those once a month, so it'll be before the 23rd when we go. But it all just depends on how quickly I'm getting through the G100 videos for this month. Shut up, train since 2010. Yeah, probably about 2011 would be, Nikki. Yeah, because the train has been a constant pain in our ass since day one of the channel. Pineapple is justice, Downward says. Chrome says, "Oh, by the way, I'll probably send a progress vid of the new intro either tonight or tomorrow. It's pretty much done besides a few touch-ups." Awesome. I'll be looking forward to it. That'll be fun. How's the new Red versus Blue vids? Any problems, Wolfpaw says? So far, no problems, Wolfpaw. As I said, they just claim the monetization, which is fine. That claiming monetization means it stays up everywhere. So everybody around the world can see it. That's all I care. So far, so good. There should be another one up tomorrow. I ran out of time today. I've been trying again to get stuff done with the G100s and everything, so I didn't have enough time to post one today. But unless something dramatic happens, there should be another one up tomorrow. Stuart says, remember in Madoka Magica episode 1 when you said Kyubey was like Ryuk, even Ryuk himself wouldn't want to be compared to that little hell demon. Yeah. Yeah, Kyubey went down the shitter in my eyes in a hurry, Stuart. And I know in the last episode I saw that he's selling the whole thing as this whole situation is basically to try and save the universe. I just don't trust Kyubey. And I know he's emotionless and ultimate and pragmatics, and he wouldn't lie. Supposedly, I don't trust him at all. I don't like him, and I don't trust him. But yes, you're right. I his voyeur nature struck me as being like Ryuk, but yeah, that's where the similarities ended. Chrome says, pretty sure at this point I've turned Golden into some kind of demon after adding some edits to his voice and look. Well, to be perfectly fair, Golden to demon is not a huge jump anyway, Chrome. Hey, Steve. Good to see you, pal. Pour some sticky stuff on me, Milag says, in the name of love. Boy, I remember there was a time when that song played on the radio every fucking 5 minutes. Hey, Al says, hello, Curtis. I am having a good day. Nikki, when will the abridged series return? You gotta be. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. What do you know how many abridged series there are out there? I have no idea what you're talking about. James says you should react to silly Super Pop GTS wrestling figure parodies. It's so funny. I'm not looking for any reaction video recommendations at all. The pineapple on pizza is greater than One Piece. Stop it, Sears. Stop. A bridge series as a whole. I'm not sure. When am I going back to the? You're still losing me. As far as the bridge series, when am I going back to copyright strikes? Probably not anytime soon. Someone once told me I sound like Salad Fingers at Urban Legend. That I wouldn't mind that. People would leave your ass alone if you sounded like Salad Fingers. Filmmaker says my favorite show out right now is Cobra Kai on Netflix. I'm hearing a lot of good things. I'm gonna have to give in and watch that because I like the original Karate Kid. Didn't expect much, but it delivered. So few good things outdo the SJWs. True, that's the truth. What's my favorite show now? It's gonna be for me, Filmmaker now with his as into animes you guys have gotten me. It's always an anime series. I don't have anything outside of anime. Let me put it this way. If I were to try and pick out, like, let's say my favorite TV show, and I'd have to think through and think what is my favorite show going right now. But I always like, Big Bang Theory is over, but I always like Big Bang Theory. Really enjoyed that. Like that show. And Big Bang Theory would not even make, if it was thrown in with the anime I watched, it would not even make the top 6, 7, 8 or so. So for me, my favorites are always anime series. And typically my current favorites are whatever I'm watching now. We got Bleach, One Piece going. The Steins Gates turned out to be real good. Got a ton of series over at the G100s, Toradora, Madoka, Madoka, Magica, all kinds of Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Oh gosh, I right off the top of my head, I can't even come up with on Card Captor Sakura. Tons of stuff. Gimster says, currently on Skyrim, I think I messed up some stuff, but whenever I doubt myself, I think of Perfect Cell singing My Way and say, screw it, keep going. That was pretty cool. Perfect Cell singing My Way was brilliant. That was some great shit. It really was. Sajil says, people who like pineapple on pizza moan every time they wipe their ass. I get what you're at. That's a good put down, actually. Red Wolf says Curtis Candy should return at Royal Rumble 2021. Red Wolf. You know what? It's almost a little scary though, because again, I have been working out, have been dropping pounds, so you start feeling better. And the frightening thing is, I'm still connected with all my wrestling buddies. So if I wanted to jump in the ring and do a show, I could at a moment's notice. And the shows are starting to come back now. They're starting to put things in place where they can do them, with limited audience and everything. And it almost starts to get tempting. I I've got to find a way to insulate myself against that desire to jump in again. Mr. Badland says a random number from Alabama just called me. I just intensely breathed into the phone like an inbred hillbilly. They hang up. Oh, I thought you'd get a date request. Must have been Susie having flashbacks to brother Ron coming for her. Doward says, you love pineapple on pizza, Sergio. Oh, God damn. That is just. But again, in fairness, I hate pineapple anyway. But I doubly hate it when it inflicts all its heinousness onto my favorite thing, which is pizza. Let's see. Barry's next post details about yesterday's date. Okay, some more details. I'll try to remember to keep watching. As I said, you didn't smash, therefore all details are irrelevant, Lude says. Brothers from Other Mother says, hey, Curtis, did you know that there was a song by SSJ9K where it has your boy Krillin singing? It's called Fetty Krill, Send Them Dragon Balls My Way. I thought you might be interested to check it out. I think we saw that. Didn't we watch that, guys? Has that been out for a while? Because if it has, I think we watched that together on back in the good old days of reaction video streams and stuff. I think we did. That sounds familiar. Poppy says I had a call from a scammer. I would have screwed around, but the connection was so horrifically awful I had to hang up. Yeah, don't you love that too? When the scammers call and they think they're going to sell you something, and the connection they have is so bad that you can't even stand listening to it if you could otherwise stand listening to it. Barry hasn't posted yet. Ria says, this is the first time in the past 2 weeks I've been able to join. College really sucks. Oh, I'm glad you're in with us. Yeah, well, and the thing is, too, well, I don't know where you're going to school, Ria, but here it just sucks, too, again, as I'd mentioned earlier, for Spaz Kid, because it's certainly not the typical college experience. It's not what you hope for, what you plan for when you go to school. When you can't go out of your own building, basically. You can't go hang out with people from the other buildings or anything. It sucks. Gimster says pineapple pizza is truth. Pineapple pizza is life. God, I hate that stuff. No spam. Oh, we got some spam. Yeah. We don't have any patience for spamming here. And the mods here are, and I'll say it over and over. We have the best mods anywhere. Period. And they will put this, because again, you see the chat always keeps moving at a pretty regular pace here, and all that spamming shit does is ruin it for everybody else, because then it's just harder for me to find things people are saying. Brian says, one of my bosses has a horrible signal on his phone. Next time he calls to yell at me, I'm going to say, nice try, scammer, and hang up. You should. Scamming, bitch. That's the only thing cell phones have ruined. So you guys who didn't grow up with, I got to keep watching too. I kept forgetting I'm watching for another post. You guys who didn't grow up with classic style phones, you guys have never gotten to know the joy of slamming the phone down in somebody's ear when you're pissed off. I didn't even think about that. That was ultimately satisfying when somebody'd be annoying you, or you'd get a scam call or something like that, and you could slam it down in their ear. Simple things that entertain me, I guess. Willie Play says, the best way to answer Rando calls is Mike's Pizza Shop and Abortion Clinic, where your losses are sauce. How can I help you? Your losses are sauce. Nasty. I didn't know. For real, Gone? He says Hawaiian pizza was made by a Canadian. Only good thing to come out of that country. I would definitely argue with the word good in there. But is that true? It was a Canadian creation? I didn't know that. Nikki Book says, yeah, people went through many phones because they broke them constantly. Well, the old school phones were like tanks. You couldn't break those. Then as years went on, you got the plastic ones and stuff. Yeah, you could smash them. But those old school ones, man, they were again, they were like a tank on your desk. Um, Luca Blake, it says thoughts on Carol Baskin's being in Dancing with the Stars. You know what? I really can't comment too much, my friend, because I'm one of the few people that never got into the what is it, the Tiger what? What's the name of the show she's on? The Tiger Dude. I don't even remember what it's called. It just never interested me. I guess as soon as I saw that mullet and everything, I was like, yeah, no, I can't do hillbilly shit. And I never watched it. So I can't, I would definitely give you my take, Lucas. I really don't know enough about her to have an opinion. A Tiger King. Thank you, Luca. Yeah, I've never watched a moment of Tiger King. So all I know about it is just things that like either we've talked about here or that I pick up on social media or something. So I don't really have a good take for that on that for you. So Jill says, "Yeah, it was invented in the Hawaiian part of Canada." Yeah, yeah. Could you imagine two more disparate climates than Hawaii and Canada? Wolverine says, I'd rather watch subbed anime than eat pineapple pizza, and I'll support dubbed anime until I die. American language is the finest in the world." I know. Wolverine is hardcore dub. All about the dub. Oh no, here's Cube. Cube says, I can see your hate for pineapples on pizza. I can remove it from reality, but you'll have to form a contract with me if you're interested. Fuck you, Cube. That was good. Perfect timing. For those of you who weren't in earlier, I was just talking about excuse me, how I've really grown to hate Cube. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. I just and even I guess even more accurately than hate is just entirely distrust Cube. I just don't think there's anything good gonna come out of interacting with him. A scammer said I was Tim. Told them my name, Curtis. Tim is the go-to name ever since Monty Python the Holy Grail. Though you have to remember, they call me Tim. I love that movie. What was a more horrifying combination, pineapple pizza or Nina and her dog? Oh, Luke, it's funny you bring that up. I want to show you. I just got a new shirt in. It's a tank top because I didn't have any tank tops for working out, and it's a Nina shirt. And I'm real anxious for you guys to see it and see what you think about it. We've got a sketch bit coming up that I'm going to record for the channel, and I'll try and remember to wear that one in the sketch. But a more horrifying combination is pineapple and pizza, even over that. Yes. Exactly, Jamie. Uncle Curtis, we all know pineapple pizza is blasphemy. Absolutely. Hold on, I gotta keep checking because a while back Barry said he said watch for next post. I assume it's getting struck down by Susan because I don't see it. It'd probably be better for you guys when you're going to do that to put the post up, and if I don't see it the first time, then put a super chat up that says check last post, because that way at least you know you actually Susan let you post it. Gimster says, we Canadians made pineapple pizzas to piss off our buddies south of us and get back to the Italians. Our goal has been achieved. Absolutely achieved. And it just kills me. My wife loves that because she loves those Hawaiian pizzas. Oh man. And I don't mind, ham on pizza is delicious, but pineapple, why would you take something as awesome and wonderful as pizza and just shit on it like that? Because pineapple is the shit of fruits as far as I'm concerned. Greetings, Tim the Enchanter. Yes, biggest greenest. That's it. That name I will always flash me back to that. I love that scene. They call me Tim. Punster says pineapple on pizza is like sandpaper toilet paper. Yeah, I think so too. Think so too, Chrome. Plus, it makes it easier for the poster. You know, if you post something and it goes through, and you want to redirect me back to it, that generally works better than saying watch for next post, because, again, as you can see, sometimes Susan says no to the next post, and then I will eventually forget to keep watching for it. Andrew says, "Hey Curtis, I got a joke. A woman has 3 daughters, one named Rose, another named Daisy, and the last one named Cinderblock, named after something that landed on them. Cinderblock doesn't talk much." Yeah. Oh. 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 That reminds me. Okay, let me see if I can remember. This is an old joke. It's an old Native American tribe, and one day the chief of the tribe, his son, comes to him and he says, "Father, how did you come up with the name for my oldest sister? Or I'm sorry, for my oldest brother?" And he says, "Well, when your mother was giving birth to your oldest brother, I looked up into the sky and a majestic eagle crossed right over the plain where we were standing. So your brother became known as Soaring Eagle." He goes, "Oh, all right, cool, gotcha." He says, "So how did you come up with my sister's name then?" And he says, "Well, when your mother was giving birth to your sister, it was the wintertime, and I looked out the front of the teepee, and off in the snow was a female deer just standing there silently watching. So we called her Gentle Doe." The kid goes, "Oh, okay, all right, gotcha." And the father looks at me and says, "But why do you ask me these questions, 2 dogs fucking?" Yeah. And then I bang the deer. Cringe, yes. Oh no, Jamie, I know you're hopping around a lot, that you're gonna be moving around a lot and everything. I understand you can't be in all the time. That's an old I haven't thought of that one in years. Just that other joke brought it up to me. Man, back to when I was in school. So this is basically an old ass version of why is my sister named X because of this, that, son, thanks, dad, no problem, funny, mean. That basically, but you got to remember, back when I heard these jokes originally is when they were actually first they were first showing up around there. It was a long time ago. uh Sajil says Jehovah's Witnesses show up at your door with a pineapple pizza. What's your reaction? Well, instead of my typical reactions when Jehovah's or anybody else selling their religion comes to my door, where I tell them they got like 10 seconds, then I'm going to throw them out into the street and watch the traffic run over them. If they bring the pineapple pizza, they don't get the 10 seconds. They just get the street. Chung Boy says, "You ever been knocked on your ass cold in boxing match for Curtis?" Once. It wasn't actually boxing, it was a tough man contest. I've been unconscious in the ring 4 times, once in a tough man contest, 3 times wrestling. Good shot. Kid got me with a really good shot, right on the jaw. Punster says, "A woman has 3 daughters. One is Popsicle, another is Ice Cream, the last is Father. Mother tells them they were all named after the things they licked." Jeez. She has the best name of the 3 kids, to be fair, though. Girlfriend, I'm hungry. Me. Hi, hungry. I'm dad. Girlfriend, no, you're not. And my father, actually, Tori, you talk about those bad dad jokes. That was one of his go-tos. It's legit. The bad dad jokes, he had every one of them. And he would say them ad nauseum and laugh like hell at them every goddamn time. Hey, what's up, sucker? Suckers Vegeta says, "I'm the prince of all sayings. I will turn your puny, ridiculous planet into space dust." That's a typical Vegeta entrance into chat, I think. I think that's fair. Excuse me. And Jonathan says, "Hey, people in the chat and Curtis Simon." Hi, Jonathan. We need more workout tips. I'll try and get to some more of those, Board. I was thinking that the other day while I was working out. I'll try and remember to set up the camera and record some more of those. Yes, yeah. Jamie says she sees her old beer stein right here. That is from the package that Jamie sent us. She, for those who don't know, Jamie used to be a cast member at Disneyland, and she had some stuff that was going to be difficult, of her own memories from Disney, and she had stuff that was going to be difficult to keep moving around with her. So she sent it to us. There's some great pins in there. My grandson is so happy because he's a pin fanatic, and some of those pins are fairly rare. And But yeah, I really like the Stein. I thought it was cute, so I put it right up there so it would be in the shot. Dick Figures movie. Someone probably mentioned it before, but now I'm re-mentioning it. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure. Dick Figures movie, yes. There's a Dick Figures movie, yes. Hey, Jordan, good to see you. Chung Boy. I To be honest with you, the NBA and everything has gotten so tied up in politics, it kind of lost interest for me, which is sad because I've been a Bucks fan for over 50 years and they're actually doing well this year, but I just got so tired of it. It's like you don't know when the games are going to be on from day to day because of who might be protesting this or that, and so I just lost interest in it. It's the first time ever I've really just completely lost interest. My wife said I need to get more in touch with my feminine side, Callum says, so I spent my afternoon crashing the car, burning the food, and ignoring her all day for no fucking reason. That's pretty good. I like that one. Jonathan says, me answering the phone, balls and wieners. Why can't Gohan dodge? I don't know, Piccolo. I don't know. Keep working with him, bro. Wolverine says, do you consider fan theories as spoilers? I don't know that you'd consider them spoilers per se. I don't really care to discuss them because, I don't know where a fan theory comes from. So somebody could be saying, hey, this is just my theory on things, and actually they have some sort of information that they know it's correct. So I don't really dabble into fan theories and stuff at all. I don't look for them. Yeah, I did see that, Johnny, that the Bucks were down 2-0 to the Heat. And I'm not rooting against them or anything. I just lost interest in the playoffs. I enjoy politics as much as the next person and talking politics. You guys know that. But I don't watch sports for that. I don't want the sports to be involved with it. And when it's just endless. And again, I'm not one of these people that you'll see, and you see it all over. It's like, oh, well, now they've gotten political and they're run to their social media to tell the world how they'll never watch again. I don't do that shit. It's not something I'm proud of or feel like I'm making a point with. I just lost interest. There's a theory that Blackbeard ate the dog fruit model Cerebrus. Let's see. Would you rather be lit up like a Christmas tree from 7 tasers or lose all your money? Mr. Quack says, well, I need money. I'll take the 7 tasers. One of the talk about, I've been tased before. That one was willingly too. Just I want to see what it was like. One of the smartest things I did was when my buddy John and I were working on the garbage truck together. One day we're picking and we found some firecrackers in the garbage, and they were the type, I don't know if you guys have seen these. The little firecrackers, they have a string on each end, and you pull the string apart and the firecracker pops. And so we're in the truck, and my buddy John says, hey, let me pop one of these on your hand. I'm like, big deal. It's not that much of a pop. So I did it, and he did it, and there was nothing to it. I said, you don't understand. I said, that's not going to hurt anyway. I said, it's only going to hurt if you close your hand around it. I said, then it's going to hurt. And he goes, well, because they had long strings on them. He says, let me do one with your hand closed. I'm like, all right. And he did it, and it was like, okay, that's a little sting. He goes, how many do you think you could do? I said, I could do 5 of those. Go ahead, try. He says, I dare you to try it. So you don't have to dare me. I said, I'll do 5. I can do 5. So he put 5 of them in my hand. Boom. And I was like, what a stink when your flesh burns off. I was like, God damn, that's a pretty good pop right there. And the flesh was just the inside of my palm was actually, when I opened my hand, it was smoking. That was smart. I am so smart. SMRT. Chrome says, oh, by the way, a little behind on the reactions. What do you think of Fishman Island so far? Oh, it's a blast. Personal opinion is the single worst arc in the series. Really bad lesson given through one character. You think so, Chrome? So far, well, again, I will admit all the time that I'm easy to please. I'm just having such a blast with those characters. It would be hard for them to make anything that I wasn't enjoying. Oh, it stung, Chrome. It stung, but it was funny. It was just among the stupid shit we did. Tyler says, love your videos. My brother put a bottle rocket in my pants when I was asleep. What the fuck? Oh, that's next level, Tyler. Yeah, little brother, I'd have kicked his ass. That's when a little brother needs an ass whooping right there. Oh, fuck. Bottle rocket in the pants. Yikes. That's wrong. Jamie says, I had to try and educate someone on the Electoral College. Oh, a lot of people don't understand the Electoral College. They wouldn't listen and insisted the popular vote was all that matters. I mentioned each state had different ideals. They didn't believe me. Right. And the Electoral College exists for just that reason, because typically people who congregate together in one specific area, generally you will see a lot of the same political leanings, the same ideologies. So the idea of the Electoral College is to allow all the different regions of the country to be represented, instead of just that the people who gather together in the biggest, tightest groups always getting to create the laws that pick the presidents for the rest of the nation. That's the idea of it. We it's always been known that with the Electoral College, someone could lose the popular vote and still win the presidency. It's nothing new. It's part of its design. Vegeta keeps kicking me in the dick. Why? Why does he keep kicking me in the dick? That was great. How old am I, Nazir? I've got a few weeks left of 58. Oh man, that's getting close. Yeah. 18 days left until I'm one step away from 60. That doesn't seem possible for me. I can't even wrap my. I mean, I don't even mind getting old. It's not like I stress over it. It just doesn't seem real. The Electoral College, Chrome says, exists to stop California and New York from screwing over the rest of America. It's freedom from California. But that right. And that was the idea, to keep the high density population areas from ruling overall. But you're always going to get, if somebody, no matter how long a system has been in place or what it's done in the past, if currently somebody on one side of the political aisle, it hasn't worked for them, that's when you'll start hearing them whining and wanting to change something. It's the way things always go. Gimster says, I just got my learner's license, and now I'm going to try and convince my bosses to allow me to operate one of the cranes on site. Oh, cool, Gimster. I like, you guys know, the city I work for, I was a heavy equipment operator for them for years. And I always loved, I was a truck driver, heavy equipment operator. I always just liked operating big machinery. Maybe because my machinery is small. So operating big machinery was like, finally. Tyler says, Gimster, just don't. Which just? Don't work the cranes. Oh, I like doing it, Tyler. I always liked heavy equipment operation. A lot of responsibility with it, though. But I always enjoyed it. I told you guys the story about the one time I was digging right in the middle of the city. I was digging out a water line. And the guy who was marking the gas lines forgot to mark the house we're on. And when we didn't see any marks there, we just assumed they had heating oil. So away we dug, and there was a gas line to it. Ripped it out, and like 10,000 gallons of water got into the gas line. Oops. But the gas company took us to court, the city to court, and the judge was like, you dumb fucks, your guy didn't mark it. Get the hell out of here. And he tossed them out. You're going to pay for it. They wanted us to pay for it because their guy didn't mark it. Oh, did he? Red Instrumental says, my dad did the same thing for the city for 33 years. That's cool. I enjoyed it. I really did. I really liked it. Chrome says, people forget Obama lost the popular vote to Clinton during the Democrats' primaries, yet whined about Trump winning the Electoral College and losing popular vote. You're correct, Chrome. I had forgotten to mention that myself. You're right. Yes, Clinton did get more votes in the primaries than did Obama. You're correct. Yeah. That's one of my all-time favorites, Punster. You're a real dick when you're drunk, Superman. That one, yeah. I love that one. That's one of the ones that has stayed with me because, again, most of those jokes, like the one I told earlier, have been with me, a lot of them since like middle school days. But you forget about them for years, and then something is said to bring it up and trigger that memory. But the Superman one I've never forgotten. That's always been one of my favorites. I don't even know why. So what are the odds of Joe Biden winning, Claim Enforcer? What did you guys say? I think I think as it stands right now, I think it's about a toss up right at this moment. And who any of us thinks is going to win changes from day to day, depending on which one of these doofuses has fucked up more recently. Does that sound fair? What do you guys think? I think right now, right at this moment, I'd say it's a coin toss. It could go either way. Gimster says, I have zero experience with the cranes and little experience operating heavy equipment. So here's hoping I don't do too much damage to the site. Well, typically what most places do, Gimster, is they'll take you out into, yeah, take out into a quarry or something like that and just let you start digging around and just get the feel for the equipment and everything first. Someplace where you can't do any real damage. Joe Hayden. Yeah. And he has been. Let's see what everybody thinks. Puncher thinks Trump is going to win, not because of his campaign, but because of his supporters. Could we? I think if Trump wins, it's actually more of a default thing where people have turned against what's going on in the Democrat-controlled cities and stuff. We're fucked either way, just like 2016. Jamie's hitting us with the sad but true facts. You think so? Brothers from Other Mother says it seems to me Trump's going to win by a landslide. I don't think so. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm just my opinion. I think it's going to be close either way. No matter who wins, I think it's going to be very close. But then again, you've got two candidates who are both just continually gaffing things up, so it could change. With all the riots, who knows what will happen? Yeah, I agree with Tyler. I think that's having, well, the polls show it for whatever use the polls are. I agree. I think the riots are going to have a major impact on this. I completely agree. Johnny thinks Biden wins easily. See, I don't think either wins easily. I'd really, without the pandemic, it's a landslide for Trump. Yeah, I will say this. I don't know about landslide, Ocho, but without the pandemic, yes, I would be saying it's a Trump win right now. Yeah. Yep. That I agree. Let's see. I need my governor to get booted. I'm in California. It's such a shit state. Oh, Doward. Yeah, I can't even think of his name. Newsom. Yeah, not a fan. I told you guys I used to live in California. Hell, I was in California way back when that what the hell's her name? She's a senator now. Feinstein. When that scumbag Feinstein was I think she was mayor of San Francisco at the time. Oh, yeah, not a fan. Pandemic is affecting the whole world. It's not just Trump's fault. Of course, absolutely AI, but you got to understand this is what they're taking to run with. I mean, obviously to blame it all on our administration is asinine because it's run rampant through the world. And let's face it, if you want to get down to brass tacks, I think the politician that's created the most deaths by their own actions is Cuomo, the governor of New York. When he decided that it was a really good idea to send people with COVID back into the elderly care facilities. Way to go, douchebag. Gimster says, I'm in between the buildings of the camp we're building with people living there already. If there's any damage, it's at least a few grand for costs. Yikes. Yeah, you definitely want to find some place, a sand pit, something like that to go play around with the equipment first. Play around with the equipment. I do that a lot. Tyler says 2020 should be a movie. It would be a horror film. Yeah, absolutely. Horror, not horror. Horror would be fun. Horror film. Bob Jones says Eisen is a wonderful villain. Huh? Oh, Eisen. I hate Eisen, which is a lot of the reason why he's a great villain. And again, if the idea is for a villain to piss you off, it's Eisen. And it's funny. I've been mentioning that in the reactions. Geen has come around a little bit for me. Geen makes me laugh a lot. I still want Geen to get his ass beat in the fight, but I actually like him, and they're similar. But for some reason, I like Geen and despise Eisen. It makes it fun though. God damn, the writing in anime in general is so good. Brian says, "Are you Goldberg's brother by any chance?" I don't know. Goldberg, I think, and I just have some things in common because the bald head, the facial hair. I think facially I look more like Thanos than Goldberg. I just need a little bit of extra purple hue. That's all. What is my worst fear, Hunter? Something happening to my family. Absolutely. Not even close. Anything bad happening to my wife or my kids. 2020 is a Dragon Ball evolution of movies. Well put, Jonathan. Yes, that's well put. Honest opinion of Daniel Bryan. Great worker. Excellent wrestler, Bob. You know, you can't fault him at all. Has a great work ethic. I got nothing bad to say about Daniel Bryan whatsoever. Worked his ass off to get where he is. I mean, when you see him in real life and in interviews and stuff, he's like, he might not be the type of guy I'd hang out with, but who cares? He's a phenomenal wrestler. Chrome says Joe Biden has an extremely slim chance of winning, honestly, between the riots and him literally reading the wrong parts of a teleprompter in an interview. I doubt he wins. Yeah, Chrome, this is one of the rare cases where I think debates could heavily influence the outcome. Typically, they always have an influence, but I think these debates could be huge only because between Biden's propensity for misspeaking and making verbal gaffes and his short fuse, Biden loses his temper all the time, and that's not a good look in a debate. Given those two things, they're a real risk for him. The only reason they're not a risk for Trump is because Trump's asshole nature, the things he does that are douchey, are already well established. So, in other words, he's not going to take a hit in the debate for doing something douchey because he does douchey shit all the time. I know that's not fair to Biden, but facts are facts. We know what you're getting with Trump. With all the concerns about Biden and is he losing it, if he stumbles a lot in the debates, it could easily cost him the election. I honestly should go to an anime convention, Ethan says, insane armor and just throw Pokeballs at everyone you see that resembles a Pokemon. Just bringing back a Nappa reference. Introducing 2020 the film. Critics are saying this is the year shit got real. There you go, brothers. Yep. Chrome says Nancy Pelosi is already trying to stop the debates from happening. Expect foul play. They want a digital event, and if that happens, they'll have a teleprompter and the questions pre-prepared for him. Yeah, a lot of Democrats, high-ranking Democrats, have already said, "Oh, you don't owe it to him. You shouldn't even honor him by debating," which, of course, is double speak for please don't go out there without a teleprompter. That's what they're telling Biden. But I don't think it'll happen, Chrome, because Biden doesn't see himself as slipping. And I think he believes he's going to do well in the debates. I really do. And who knows? Maybe he'll surprise us and he will. I don't think so. But I think Biden honestly believes that he's still got it all together and that he's going to do well. So I don't think he'll put him up. I could be wrong. But because of that, I'm sure he's getting a lot of people in his ear saying, don't debate him, don't debate him. But I think he will. I will say this, though. Now there's so many on the right saying that he's scared to debate. If he does back out for any reason, I think he'll take a huge hit in the polls for that, too. Who wins a free-for-all between all the Hokage? I'm not sure who wins, Brian, but I know I'd be rooting for my boy Hashirama. Hashirama is my favorite character in all of Naruto, so I'd be rooting for Hashirama. You can make a case for a lot of them. You can certainly make a case for the Yellow Flash and even Tobirama for that, but I got to go with Hashirama. Bob Jones says, if Trump wins, I see more riots with Black American. You know, I do think you'll see more unrest, Bob, but I really don't think from Black people specifically so much. I think it's going to be liberal whites that are going to be off the charts. You got to remember, if you take out the rioters, the Black people who are protesting are doing it for a specific reason. And yes, some people try and bring that back around to Trump, but if you talk to the Black people, they'll say, listen, they've had these issues with the cops way before Donald Trump was ever a part of the equation. So I don't think it's going to be riots that the impetus comes from Black people. I think it's going to be riots, as a matter of fact, from the far left, which is mostly white people. Tyler says, Biden more like lying. But I think, again, the Black people are protesting for a specific reason. I don't think that they would get as drawn into protests or violence because of Trump winning as just the far left white folks will. Would you hang out with Trump at an anime convention? Well, see, till the end of time, that's the funny thing about politics. I've said this over and over. politics and personalities are entirely different things. I'm going to vote for Trump because his political platitudes and views more closely align with my own. Now, Barack Obama, I did not align with as closely. Yeah, some things, absolutely, but I didn't align with as closely. But if you're talking about somebody to hang out with for a day, I'd way rather hang out with Obama. Obama just always struck me as a guy with a good personality. Seems like somebody that'd be fun to hang around with, a good conversationalist, and you could play basketball with him and shit. You can have a good time. And Trump, I think, from a personal level, on a political level, I think Trump would get under my skin in about 5 minutes. That's the way I feel they come across as people anyway. BLM equals burn, loot, murder, burn, loot, murder. Well, see, I'm not a believer in support at all of BLM, the organization. The concept of Black Lives Mattering, of course, to me is a no-brainer. Obviously, all Black Lives matter. But the organization, the Marxist organization, no, I have no use for them. Bob says, watch the Matt Dillahunty versus Psy debate. Funny. I have no idea. I have no idea who those are, Bob. I don't know who those people or those characters are. Jamie says, now the important question remains. Uncle Curtis, have you ever heard of the Great Trash War of New York and New Jersey? If not, I'll tell you. I don't know, Jamie. Are we talking about the old battles over where the trash was going to be taken on the barges and stuff? That was a few years ago. I remember that. I don't know if that's what you mean specifically, but I remember when that was a big deal about where all the garbage was going to end up and what landfills and stuff. I missed Super Chat, Wolverine? Did I? Okay, hold on. Wolverine said I missed Super Chat. Oh, yeah, I did. I'm sorry, Gimster. How the hell did I do that? I missed Spaz Sherry. Done nothing wrong. Fuck Spaz Sherry, Gimster. Come on. He was an asshole. If anybody related here to Spaz Boys Comedy, The Goosh, ever got exactly what they deserve, it was that asshole when I slashed the shit out of him. Screw Spaz Chair. Yes, I did see that. Chrome says, did you see the story of the Antifa leader who was arrested with a flamethrower? He crawled into the fetal position, started crying. That did make me laugh. I did see that story. Excuse me. Download says, of course, Antifa is run by violent children. True. Well, that's where I am, Flame Enforcer. Says, listen, if a rioter / rapist gets shot by police for resisting arrest, I don't give a fuck what color he is. That's where I am. I mean, the whole thing in Kenosha makes absolutely no difference to me what color the person was. If he took 7 in the back, it was because he was resisting arrest. He posed a threat to those officers, and I think the officers have an absolute right to put that threat down. The simplest thing in the world is to let them cuff you, comply, and if they did something wrong, get rich when you sue them, because you will. If they did something egregious, there's plenty of evidence to back that up of lawsuits that have been won against the cities, municipalities because of things that the cops did. Don't resist. Don't make them have a reason to fear for their own lives. I agree with it. It has nothing whatsoever to do with color. Just don't be stupid. Bob says, oh, Matt is a world famous atheist and very knowledgeable about the Bible. Sai's a young earth creationist. Matt schools him. Oh, really? Yeah, something like that I would be interested in. I enjoy watching stuff like that. Yeah, that would be cool. It was the one back in the 60s or 70s. And yes, Jamie, I do remember that. I believe it would have been 70s. Should have been 70s because I do remember it. And it could still be 60s. I was born in 61. And obviously I was a kid when it was going on, but I remember distinctly all the coverage in the paper and on the news and everything. Yeah. Yep. I do remember that. That was a big deal. Stacy says, were you ever an MMA fan? Sure. In my opinion, I like the original MMA far more than what it's become now. Stacy, I agree with you. The original Ultimate Fighting Championships, when it was a tournament and everybody just went in there and went balls out, that was a blast. But with our uptight society now, you knew they were going to have to regulate it to some degree to get people off their asses. It's just like what they did to boxing, because championship fights used to be 15 rounds. And now for the last, it's been a while now, 20, 25 years, they're 12. And it's just unfortunate because there are so many fights where absolute legends were born in rounds 13 through 15. The 3 Frazier Ali fights, Sugar Ray Leonard versus was it Hearns versus Tommy Hearns, who when Hearns was whooping his ass, and then all of a sudden Leonard came around in the 14th. I can remember, oh gosh, Big John Tate and now this is stuff I can remember, real important shit, right? This is going all the way back to the probably late 70s. Big John Tate versus Iron Mike Weaver. Mike Weaver was built like a bodybuilder, and Big John Tate was a tall, lanky fighter. They fought for the heavyweight championship. I think Tate won, in my opinion. I watched the whole fight. He won the first 14 rounds, and in the 15th, Mike Weaver came up, under, hit him in the jaw, and knocked him on his face unconscious. We didn't know John Tate had a glass jaw till then. So, but that was because of pressure from the AMA and outside organizations that it went from 15 to 12. Tyler said it's called police for a reason. Shut up, follow directions, then take action. That's what, I've always done myself. That's what I've always told my kids to do. Listen, even if you think it's unfair, if the police officer stops you, he's got the authority. And more important than that, he's got a gun on him. You don't want to make him feel antsy. Just yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Keep your hands where they can see them. Follow their instructions. If they've done something wrong, we will handle it later. But just stay alive through it. Doesn't matter what color you are. I mean, we know a lot more white people get killed by cops than do black people. Everybody should be aware of that. Just it's not a good situation. It's not a good situation to fight them. It just isn't. It doesn't work out well for anybody. Johnny says, yeah, live to sue the fuck out of them fuck cops. And again, I'm not a fuck cops guy, but I agree with what Johnny says. Yes, you're much better off doing what they say. And if they've done something wrong, take their job, take their badge, and take their money. That's the ultimate. That's the ultimate get back. You skipped Jamie's last 2 super chats. How am I missing these? It was one back in the 60s or 70s. I saw that one. Because that would... Have you ever heard of the Great Trash War in New York and New Jersey? No, Jamie and I have been talking about that. Are you messing with me? No, I didn't. No, I didn't miss any super chats, did I? Oh, yeah. The trash word? Yeah. Jamie and I were talking all about them. That's why I was asking her how long ago, because, yeah, as a kid, I remember it monopolized the news. And I just remember, as a kid, I remember seeing pictures in the paper of barges, I would imagine on the Hudson, just loaded with trash, and they had no idea where they were going to send it. And then there were pictures of trash just building up in piles all through Manhattan, with rats running in and out of it and everything. Yeah, I remember all that stuff. Oh yeah, they are absolute asshole siblings, Jamie. Absolute. Yeah, it was bad. That's why it stuck out after all these years. I mean, I remember one of the grossest things I ever saw talking about the city when I was driving motor coach. I would drive tour bus on the weekends. I had brought a group down for a Yankee game. And I didn't have a ticket for the game, and actually I just decided to walk around. So where we parked was right next to some tenement buildings, some skyscraper municipal housing. So I'm walking around, and there was a fence around the driveway parking lot area, and there was a bunch of kids playing baseball inside the fence, next to their apartments. So I just went over to watch the kids play ball. And now on the side I was standing on, which would have been their outfield, they were on the other end, there was a bunch of garbage lined up along the fence, trash bags, that had come from the apartments. There were rats this fucking big, just plowing all through the garbage, up and around and going through it. And these kids are playing ball out there. And I'm like, holy fuck. If they hit the ball into these bags, some kid's going to come charging over to grab the ball, and those rats they're never going to see that kid again. They're going to drag them away. It was so creepy, the thought of what might happen. I couldn't watch. I had to walk away. The only people police fear is the IRS. Yeah, Tyler. Yeah, like I say, that's the best way to get back at them. If you think they're doing something wrong by you, comply, 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 and then sue. That's by far the best method. Nah, demonic gesture. What do you call a dog underwater? A subwoofer. uh, Strongest says there's nothing, I repeat, nothing like eating a piece of fried chicken in the dry bread and going down the wrong hole. Ooh, ouch. That hurt just to even discuss. Hey, Xeno Games, good to see you, pal. Con says rats are cool. They're about as smart as dogs. Con, that was just, it wasn't the rat. I don't get freaked out by much of any animals. It wasn't the rats themselves. It was the idea that one of those balls was going to get hit into those garbage bags and some kid was going to come running into it. That's what I couldn't deal with. Better villain, Goku Black or Aizen? I'm still getting through Aizen's story, of course. I really thought Goku Black was an excellent villain, but given that he would not be anywhere near the top of the villains in Dragon Ball, I'm going to say Aizen. Yeah, definitely Aizen. Yeah, I think as much as I hate Aizen, as far as we are, we're just talking about better villain. I think Aizen's a better villain. Oh, excuse me. Tyler says my dog ate my Burger King. Oh, I'd be pissed. Oh, I just had Burger King too, and again, I'm cutting way back on what I'm eating, so I can't have much. But for lunch, I just had a plain Whopper, and that's what I keep burping is the Burger King. Oh, you know what? Burger King Flame Enforcer. I love Burger King. They're my favorite fast food joint as far as selection, because Burger King, with my limited tastes, has more things on the menu that I enjoy than any other fast food joints. Eisen definitely. Chaga says, "Be right back. I'm going to get some wine for this dry breading." Yeah, I believe it. Gimster says, Ali comes out to meet Fraser, and Fraser starts to retreat. If Joe goes back any further, he'll wind up in a ringside seat. Joe keeps backing, but there's not enough room. It's only a matter of time before Ali lowers the boom. Gimster, those are great. Those old Ali quotes, all his rhymes and everything. Oh, those were the days. I do get really nostalgic for that because Joe Frazier was a childhood hero of mine too. So when he won that first fight, I was so happy. When he I think it was the 13th round. Yeah, again, wouldn't even got to see Ali knocked down if it was 12-round championship fights, because it was the 13th where Joe finally landed one of those nasty hooks, and Ali had to take a seat. Oh, I'll get to that in just a minute. That God, those are some great times. And yeah, just hearing or just reading those rhymes of Ali's again. Damn. Caboose RVB versus Yamcha DBZA. Caboose. Caboose. My boy. I love Caboose. Jamie says, Mom had to be told that New York and New Jersey were such petulant children about it. New York sent it over to Jersey just because. Jersey responded kind of by sending it back along with Jersey's trash. Yeah. And then, like I say, Jamie, that's what I remember from the papers and the news stories, were the barges on the river with no place to go. Neither side willing to take them in. Oh, it was a mess. It was an absolute nightmare. Let me see. So what happens to New York now without federal funding? Well, they'll end up working that out, Flame Enforcer. It's Trump and Cuomo are having a big dick contest right now, but you can't. As much as I'm not necessarily an NYC fan for their politics, you can't leave them hanging like that. Something will get worked out. Nate Jason Ninja says, I'm here. I saw that you were wrestling. I didn't know that. What did you get beat up? Oh, got beat up a lot. Yeah. Cuomo is getting investigated, I believe, AI for the whole thing with putting the seniors back in, the people with COVID back into the senior centers. He is being investigated. Brother says, you're talking about your wrestling days remind me of my kickboxing and karate days. One time a friend said, show me your karate. I'm like, let's see what you got. He charged me on one kick him and he goes down. Yeah. It's funny when people that don't have any knowledge of a fighting art, whatever fighting art it may be, want to challenge you on it. I remember my wife's nephew, and they're good kids, don't get me wrong, but he was probably 18, 19 at the time. They're feeling really good about themselves. And we're out front of the house. They were getting ready to go. He's going, come on, Uncle, come on, Uncle, come on, Uncle. He's going, let's go. And he's wanting to wrestle around with me and stuff. And I'm like, Matt, you don't want to do this. And he's taller than me. He's a tall kid. He's probably like 6'3", 6'4" at the time. He's like, I said, you're not there yet. He goes, no. Let's see. This ain't the fake stuff. He's going, I'm like, okay. And so he comes in and, we're hand fighting a little bit. And I'm pushing his hands down, pushing his hands down. And immediately he decides he's going to dive at my waist. So as soon as he did, I just yoked him in a front face lock and I leaned back and I had him in a guillotine. There was absolutely nothing to do. It was instant. And immediately, of course, I wasn't going to actually choke him out, but I put enough pressure that I knew it wasn't comfortable. And immediately I feel his hand going like that. But it's funny, people that, and again, it's not disparaging to him. He's just a kid. But people, if you're not interested in fighting arts, that's fine. Not everybody has to be. But you don't go questioning the abilities of people that have been into it forever. If you hate Burger King tacos, you're a fraud, Tyler says. Well, you guys know me because I of the veggies on it and everything, I don't eat much in the way of tacos. Now, when I get burritos or tacos, it's just shell and meat. That's all I eat. Isn't that pathetic? Zeno says, when you get further into RVB, you're ready for Caboose's Guide to Making Friends. That's funny. Everything Caboose does, Zeno, is just so funny. I love that character. I really, really do. God damn. I don't remember for sure, Jamie. She says, so in the trash war, wasn't the federal government the ones that stepped in and ended it? Could very well be. It was so long ago, I don't remember how it ended. Just again, the part that stuck out in my mind was those pictures of the barges with all that trash and the piles of garbage down in Manhattan and everything. I want to say that sounds right, though. That does sound right. I think it might have been the feds who finally stepped in and slapped them both on the wrist and told them quit acting like fucking kids. All right, guys. Unfortunately, I got to go. This was as always. This was another great, absolutely phenomenal Free for All Friday. Thank you guys so much for making these so much fun. All the streams. That's why I'm so glad that I was able to rework my schedule during the day where we could get streams in again almost daily. Because you saw for a while there, I didn't have them. But I'll tell you seriously, I really, really miss that when we don't get to stream a lot. This one was, as always, an absolute blast. And I've been concentrating. I've been working on this week's batch of Free for All Friday sticky stuff. It's a quality batch. I mean, I was testing it earlier, and even I was like, that's the lame I don't even know why I did that. Well, I missed most of it. But, thanks for being in my good, Zeno. Now see, even Zeno, that's a substantial amount of sticky stuff right there. He knows. You guys get ready. Morgan couldn't make it, so remember, everybody that's got their Free for All Friday fanny pack, their official Free for All Friday sticky stuff fanny pack, keep some for Morgan because Morgan couldn't make it. So everybody, the Free for All Friday sticky stuff fanny pack will keep it ultimately fresh. So put a little in there for Morgan. Here it comes. Pam-poo. Sticky stuff, Free for All Friday sticky stuff. It's sparkling. It's shining. It's like, as I said before, it's almost as sparkly as a vampire in Twilight. It's just shining. It makes you happy. Makes you feel wonderful. Take it in. All of it. Indeed, Gimster. Goose, goodbye. Love the Free for All Friday sticky stuff. Bye, Tyler. Thank you for being in too, pal, while you could. Feel the warmth. Feel the stickiness. It just doesn't get better than that. Because we'll bang, okay? Flashly like Buggy. And as always, most importantly, and we know most intensely on Free for All Friday, goose. Goose.